Okay, name
Boy.
and position.
Tony Collazo.
No.
That would be Tony.
Yes.
How you spell your last name?
Collazo.
Only one Z.
One Z. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Pat Silva.
Okay, so guys, thanks for participating. Has it changed for you, the way you call a game?
It sure did. I mean, it makes it easier for me as an official, but our judgment, and we gotta really know what hand checking is. Hand checking to me is controlling the dribbler all the way to the basket, rerouting him with his hand on his hip and not taking the hand off.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hand checking.
Yeah, that's like an old man technique in the pickup games, right? You just kind of
Absolutely.
steer the guy.
Steer the guy all the way to the basket.
Exactly.
Now, if you're touching the guy and he makes a dribble and you're not steering him,
That's not considered hand checking.
okay, okay. So there has to be like a really,
We consider a good defensive positioning.
yeah. So you don't want to take away from a defender.
Right. I mean,
Now the forearm, the hand, as soon as the guy moves, you got to take it off.
Yeah, in the
Basically.
post, yeah, in the post.
Now, if the guy is dribbling and you're barely touching him, will you still whistle that?
No.
no,
Okay.
because he's not controlling.
Yeah. But some guys,
We want to allow the offensive, in this case the dribbler, the opportunity to take it to the basket and
yeah,
score.
yeah.
And if he's got that advantage, we're not going to prevent him from.
But I've seen, especially the first couple weeks, I've seen some referees, they make it so simple for themselves, black and white. You're touching the guy, he's moving, they blow it. They blow it, and then there's 30 fouls. But it's not happening now. There's not, either people have adjusted or the referees have kind of gone back a little bit compromised.
Well, not necessarily, because
The ones I seen.
Yeah, you're right. But like you said earlier, point of emphasis is that hand checking. But the thing is, we gotta be consistent from the beginning of the season all the way to the end. So it's up to the coaches to adjust.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the bottom line.
So a lot of them are saying, like Saul, for example,
Yeah.
he said, we teach our guys to stretch out, and then if you can touch the guy, now you're in position.
That's
if
fine.
you're not there, you got to get closer, So he had to reteach his guys. He said it took about 2 weeks. But I'm still seeing, like, the Big Island coach, he was frustrated because, Hillside, they're famous for calling every touch. Whereas, like, Kona side, they give you a little bit more. So if your team comes from the west side and you go playoffs in Hilo, now you got to adjust or you die. Or if you come to States and you expect every touch to be called, it depends on who's refereeing it.
I think no doubt, because what we do in our pregame is we talk about if we're going to establish a call, whether it's a hand check or a block charge, right? Once we establish that call, we want to be consistent on both ends.
So the crew, all three guys, even if you're from different leagues, you have to be consistent.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
but-
what we emphasize in our pregame.
But then it doesn't happen always that way, because sometimes, like, of course, if there's no dead ball, now this guy down here might let stuff go, come back this side, this guy calls it by the book, and now the coaches are upset because it's not consistent until the dead, you know what I mean?
And it happens with officials. You got a three-man crew,
Yeah.
right? All it takes is one official not being consistent,
Yeah.
you want to call it that. And no doubt, that's where the argument comes in from the coaches.
So these tournaments, right, like this one, I was told this is mostly ILH wrestle. I don't even know. I see you guys over the years doing, I don't know, OIA.
Yeah, this
Both
is all
leagues.
ILH officials. Yeah,
Okay. So it should be consistent.
absolutely.
One of the coaches told me today, you can't expect any ref to change. He's gonna call his game.
Well, like what Pat was saying, it comes down to, our pregame as a crew, that we gotta be consistent on calling those hand checks or arm bars or, it's all about just being consistent as an official on the floor. That's just the way we see it.
And, I think that our rule of thumb, too, is always protect the dribbler and the shooter, right? And if we keep that in mind, then I think you're going to see a lot of hand-checking calls if the defender is controlling the dribbler or the shooter.
Because he was forcing contact, guys backed off,
Right.
and then he threw up bad shots. And
Yeah,
then,
I mean, if the dribbler is gonna try and force his way in between two defenders and cause contact, when he's initiating a contact, you're not gonna get a whistle on that
You don't
call.
want to penalize the
Right.
defense.
Yeah.
I mean, And the same can be said if the shoes was on the other foot.
Yeah.
We tell the coaches that.
Yeah, because if the guy's standing straight up, it's what do they call that? Verticality, and the guy jumps into
Legal guarding
you.
position, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like Pat said, we're not going to penalize the defender if he's in legal guarding position.
You know, unless he turns his shoulder or something
Yeah, or
weird.
he moves, yeah.
Yeah.
I
He
see.
gives up
I seen that.
position.
I seen that a few times this week, and then they're
throw
like,
that hip
"What did
in
I
there."
do?" It's like, well, you should have just took it.
I mean, you find guys complaining, I got my hands up. Well, yeah, your hands is up, but your body is the one that's
Yeah, you're
moving
under. Yeah.
to position.
All right, thanks, guys.
That, all right,
Appreciate it.